Shut up. See how the demon uses those certain language? Speaks many different ways, but you gotta stay focused. A spirit of stragology hovers like a cloud. You must always tell the demon of masculinity the truth. Look at you. You can't even get out of the bed to go to the gym. She got on this uh swap meet wig. Sexual marketplace value is decreasing. You got people telling them that and because she's
if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
No, see, that's where you're wrong. I hustle because I like next things. I hustle because I don't like struggling. I hustle because I don't like somebody being able to give me a lifestyle and then being able to potentially take it away when they have an attitude. I hustle because I like to pick up for 10 days and take my 2 6-year-olds to Thailand like I did in 2019. I hustle because when my mama come to town, like she doesn't go in her purse for nothing. I hustle because if I'm out and about, I see something that I really want to buy because I really, really like it. I want to put it on my own credit card because I get the points and I let my fiance reimburse me later. But most importantly, like I hustle because it's in my blood. Like I was raised like this, okay? My dad, my father taught me. My mom taught me. They had a business growing up. My grandparents had businesses. My grandparents in like 1960 something owned the house that they live in plus 2 houses next door. Do you know how crazy that is for 2 Black people in 1960? I hustle because I like to own my own time and do exactly what I want to do. That's why I hustle. So having a husband or not having a husband, being a single mom, I done all this. Okay. I've been married more than one time. I've been in relationships. I've been a baby mama. I've done all the things. I've done it all way. But the one thing that remains consistent is I'm going to hustle.
Let's keep going. Now, you would say to yourself, hey, that's a good woman.
Bruised. You about to get bruised. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Let's see.
You've been lied to, not just by society, not just by love songs.
I want to make sure. Okay, yeah, we good.
And romantic comedies, but by your own instincts. You were raised to believe women are gentle, nurturing, selfless creatures, that their love is pure, their intentions noble, their hearts uncorrupted by the darker impulses that haunt men. But Carl Jung, the man who mapped the darkest corners of the human soul, discovered something far more unsettling. Beneath the surface of every woman lies a force so primal, so ruthlessly calculating, that most men never see it until it's too late. By the end of this, you'll gain what schools, therapists, and modern culture deny you: the ability to predict female behavior, shield yourself from emotional warfare, and reclaim the power you've lost to a game you never knew you were playing. This isn't misogyny. It's survival.
Now, as we start this episode up, I'm going to just say it like this. The Queenmaker, what we do know about the Queenmaker is, for the most part, everything this bitch talk about is from men. Let's just get that out the way. All of her philosophies and everything basically come from men because men created everything, right? So the difference is this. What this man is telling you is something that a person like me is telling you. But I'm not Socrates. I don't have no money. I'm fairly educated. I have no growth on my channel. People don't like me, but I'm telling men the same thing. This is war. But what happens is, everything gets lost in translation.
Behavior, shield yourself from emotional warfare, and reclaim the power you've lost to a game you never knew you were playing. This isn't misogyny. It's survival.
Like I always tell the black man, is war. Now, what do I have to offer that nobody else is offering? straight solutions. I have all of the fixes, all of everything. Now, this stuff that this woman is watching right here is cute. But once you take out everything that we're talking about over here, it only goes but so far. You still leave people with room to wiggle out of the corner. We don't do that over here. We give men every tool that they need if they want it. Well, they could want it and everything if they use it. It's a whole different story.
Think back. Have you ever met a woman who seemed perfect, kind, devoted, achingly vulnerable, only to watch her transform into someone cold, indifferent, even cruel when you needed her most? That wasn't a coincidence. That wasn't just how people are. That was Jung's shadow at work. The hidden self she spent a lifetime disguising, even from herself. You felt it. The whiplash of a woman.
Let's pause it right there. A person, a character trait, a side that she kept hidden even from herself.
Now, as we all know over here, that is matter of fact, I'm gonna put the Queenmaker up there. We're gonna get to this damn Michelle and Tina. They did a whole interview, B. It's horrible. We watching old ladies talk. I said, man, I gotta stop that stuff. But anyway, now the Queenmaker, they're missing the final element. They say, hey, women lie hide from themselves. Well, over here, we know one instance, and only one instance, where the woman cannot lie and hide from herself. And that is the only truth to be had by a woman. The truth that we talk about over here. It's the only time. And they'll hide and hide and hide that. But that's the only truth that they ever will face. Like, this is crazy, man. As far as like, why are people talking about men and women with no solutions? I don't understand it.
That she's kept hidden even from herself. The one thing a woman don't like is looking in the mirror. That's the reason why one of the people in the comment section was like, I'm out, before the show even got started. Misogyny. You know why? Because women don't like to be told about themselves. Women hate the mirror. They real quick to tell you about a man. The moment you tell them about them is when the world catch on fire. My girlfriend made a comment on this post where this woman was walking in the club and all she had on was half a dress with her behind out with no panties on. She made a comment and somebody messaged her back and blocked her and said, you tripping, she looks damn good. Let's get back to hating men. Now you out here trying to get men and you want the attention from men, but you hate men. You don't want to be told about yourselves. This is why.
Like I said, yeah, it's true, but that is not how. See, what's going to help these women is the men. And if the men can find out the right way to help them, which is what we have over here, provide the solution. See, because as long as you give these people the opportunity to create that gray fog, that gray area, you'll be caught up in it. You won't see shit, but let her go.
The message over here is so brutal. Women call it bashing. Women call it misogyny because they cannot stand to look in the mirror at all. At least if a man can't, even if a man can't, he respect women. Women can't take correction from nobody. Women don't even speak a language of respect. So it don't matter.
What did I say? What do I teach you guys? Why are you trying to get respect from a woman? You done had fights in the streets. You done had shootouts. You done did things. People done things to you. And you have still gotten the respect out of that man. Why do you want this woman to respect you? She doesn't have it in her. It's a lot of things she doesn't have in her, but we'll get to the other one next. But I think when you're correcting these women, when you're trying, or whatever the fuck you guys think you're doing, when you're trying to allegedly correct these women, you still want respect. They know they can play with you with that. So you're requiring the wrong thing.
Respect, and they'll also take correction from those women. Women can't take correction from nobody. Women don't even speak a language of respect. So it don't matter, quote unquote, if it's somebody. A woman can't take criticism from nobody. That tells you something. Anyway, continuing.
Excuse me.
Who adored you one day and discarded you the next. The way she rewrote history, painting you as the villain for sins you never committed. The tears that seemed genuine in the moment, but in hindsight, were just another move in a game you didn't know you were playing.
What do we teach over here? Over here we teach if a woman is crying, that gives us every reason. I hate to say it, man, but what we teach over here is if a woman is crying, that is your sign to start laughing because it's funny. How can a gladiator cry? It don't make sense. So that means you're creating a joke scenario. You're laughing, right? How could you cry? You're such a brute. So when women cry, we laugh because we know crying is not real. Crying? Bitch, please. So everything that I tell you guys, she's going to some white guy to get.
History, painting you as the villain for sins you never committed. The tears that seemed genuine in the moment, but in hindsight, were just another move in a game you didn't know you were playing. Jung saw this pattern as
so every man has been through that. Woman cry and you get nice or whatever. Few days later, the bitch cussing you out. You're like, damn, I thought you was this sweet flower. You just got caught in the trick bag. You know, she wanted to see if you crying. Yo, son, I got a story. Yo, so one time I was with this girl, Puerto Rican girl in the Bronx, right? One of them light Puerto Ricans, European, damn near as light as this bitch on the screen, right? Puerto Rican though. And yo, she's a horrible person, son. So I used to, it was a lot with this woman. But first it all started like this. I was going over there first, and I would leave money over there. And I started leaving enough money over there till it was like $5,000 under this bitch mattress, right? I got anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 under this bitch's mattress, right? And she called me one day. And this is another reason why bitches know. I learned some hard lessons, son. Like, bitches call me. They don't call me to vent anymore. I don't go for it. When you call my phone, it's got to be important. But she called me yelling and screaming at me. Bitch, I just came from fucking you last night. It's impossible. Impossible. So she did all that. I said to myself, oh, this bitch is crazy. So I went and got my bread. I went and got my money. I was like, bitch, we could do whatever, but I ain't holding no money with you. If you could turn on me like that, I would never leave no money in your place, bitch. So I took that and she got mad. It's like, bitch, so anyway, I had changed phones one time. And this was an old phone, man. This wasn't even, that's like 2-3 phones back. And I had left it over there. Yo, one day the bitch sat around all day thinking of every possible passcode that I could have had in my life, which is not much. But I believe back then, I think it was my birthday or some bullshit codes I was using way back then because I never thought no shit like this would happen, right? Yo, the bitch went in my phone. You understand? And she called some of my bitches, right? From an old phone, though. So some bitches I might still rock with, some bitches I don't. And so she calling some of the bitches, right? And some of the bitches is like, why are you calling me? Yes, I fuck that man. He fucks the shit out of me. This, that, and the third. Just wild behavior, right? So she would, and I still was fucking her too. It was a lot of lessons I learned. Bitches just act out of control. She still want to fuck you. She want to lock you down, whatever. But she still want to pick at you and bug to see what is the grace that she had. So she kept picking at me. I just want you to tell me all these bitches you fucking in this and that. I was like, bitch, if you don't get out of my face, with all that crying like you give a fuck. You done showed your evil hand. Okay? How you could sit around and try to go through my phone and try to call bitches. You ain't got no sensitivity. Are you kidding me? Anyway.
A century ago, in his private notes, he wrote, "The feminine persona is a masterpiece of deception, not because women are liars, but because nature demands it. Here's the first brutal truth. Women don't choose to deceive. They're designed to. While
Women don't choose to deceive, they are designed to.
Well, like I said, let's just move on.
You're designed to be totally deceptive. And everything you do is deceptive. You'll hang around somebody and hate their guts. You pretend to be people's friends. You pretend that you like people just so you can use information to destroy them. But let somebody tell you that, and you hate that reality. You want somebody to see you as innocent, but you're not innocent. And you'll say that anything that anybody says is irrational. But see, this is the reason why you get smashed and dashed. This is the reason why they don't want to wife you. And if they do, this is the reason why they cheat on you and let you be in the marriage and delusion by yourself. Right? This is the reason why, because you're in such denial. You think you're an innocent little angel and you want to portray that to everybody. Oh, let's continue.
Very, very true. It's one of the things that we talk about over here. Nothing angelic, more like demonic, more like gladiator, brutish, everything except angelic, you know. And it is what it is. Problem is, like I say, most of us men, we don't really give a damn. You're gonna give it up, give it up. But then when they start trying to play these games and they know men ain't really with the shit, don't really want to play, you need something to balance that bitch back down so she don't throw all this gray area fantasy shit. And you need a Pussycat Facts report to say, "Man, you see this Pussycat Facts report? Fill this out and I'll let you know why I don't fuck with you and why I cheat on you."
men evolved to conquer, to build, to fight. Women evolved to survive. And survival, for them, has always depended on their ability to navigate male psychology. That's why a woman's love is never unconditional. It's a transaction, a negotiation, a biological contract where your utility determines your worth. Jung called
Your utility determines your worth. Like I said, that's something that, you know, like I say, let's be real. If we all had a bunch of money, whether we marrying a bitch or having bitches around us, we want to make sure that they're good. And if we want to go somewhere and we got money like that and we want to take a bitch with us or we want to make a bitch feel good, whatever, we would do it. Not the way they do it though, as far as just tricking or whatever. But if a man wanted to do that, that's on him. So the whole money thing is really, you could call it transactional, but for the most part, most money niggas like, okay, you're around me, I'm gonna make sure you're all right. I'm going somewhere, I'll take you if I want to.
called this the anima trap, the male tendency to project his own longing onto a woman, mistaking her performance of vulnerability for depth. And that's where the horror.
I like that. Mistaking her imaginary vulnerability as she deep like that. And that's why you see these bitches with these dreadlocks, the Queenmaker, all of them, Crimson Cure, all Danica Marie, all of them try to talk with depth. And niggas actually buy into that shit. And I sit there and I say to myself, well, for every person on the internet that you think has depth and you rock with them and stuff like that, like, they should be able to hook you up with somebody. And that's when I said to myself, all this is bullshit. You got men and women on the same panel trying to agree or disagree and this and that. You should be hooking people up with people that think that, oh, we all think the same. We should be them people that's hooking up, making it right. But this ain't about all of that. This is about just sitting up here talking the shit, which is fine. But in the real truth of the matter, acting like you want things to be better in the black community, that's bullshit. Okay? Over here, women can come get a man. Okay? At the man auction. Solution solved. Okay? Problem solved, solution based. We don't play these stupid games. Now, I know you might not like the solution, but it is what it is. They don't offer you shit.
Sets in. Because the woman you loved wasn't real. She was a mirror, reflecting back whatever version of herself would keep you invested.
Men do the exact same thing, and women do the exact same thing. Yep.
Well, Queenmaker, if I was having a conversation with you, I would say, it's a little different. As a matter of fact, it's a mile of a difference. I would say it's really, really far. Because the shit that we know about women, the shit that the mirror that they're putting up as opposed to what the man is, no comparison.
Y'all both do the same thing to each other. You both project bull crap onto the other one. You both project.
But it's only so far a man can go. And he gets to take a big loss. But listen to the losses. Maybe she said it earlier, but the man is the one that's taking the loss here.
Fantasies onto the other one and demand that they partake and pretend to play that role. Y'all both do the same thing.
No, they
and
don't.
Men pedestalize you, right? And y'all get in there and do some real wicked stuff. And as much as women sit up here and reject, the women show you every day this is what they do, but they can't see their own behaviors. The women do it on this channel. And they can't see their own behaviors. And they'll deny and deny and deny. And that's the reason why they'll stay in the position they'll stay in. And this is the reason why they'll keep getting treated the way they get treated. See, you think you coming up on game by thinking you finna go out here and play men out of money. You don't think that men being put on game with you too?
Now that, I mean, even though we don't get any views over here, but that is true. Just by us even existing, men are getting game. Now, the shit that these other brothers are talking about, it works and it causes. See, the game that the other brothers give, I would say, if the man don't get any money, it would cause him to pause on trying to get with a woman. And that's not good. No way in hell getting a woman. And I know certain levels and stuff like that, but getting a woman. So you saying basically men are saying, well, I'm going to wait till I get my money up so I can get the woman I want. Nigga, please. So you ain't going to get no bitches until then. Anyway, let's go.
You don't think that the same thing is happening on the other end? The reality is you cannot win this game against men because you're the one that take on all the risks.
Oh, yeah,
you're the one that get pregnant. You're the one more vulnerable for STDs. You're the one who is more.
That's what it was. I was saying men lose. She was saying how women take all the loss. Impossible. Let's go.
Game with you too. You don't think that the same thing is happening on the other end? The reality is you cannot win this game against men because you're the one that take on all the risks. You're the one that get pregnant. You're the one more vulnerable for STDs. You're the one who is more at risk for violence.
Now you see that? You're the one that could get pregnant. You're the one more vulnerable for STDs and violence. Okay? Now, let's talk about that.
Pregnant. You're the one more game against men because you're the one that take on all the risks. You're the one that get pregnant. You're the one
that get pregnant. That's a bad argument, Queenmaker, talking to the women that you're talking to who have been spending at least 2 decades of destroying their vaginas. So them getting pregnant, they created that risky scenario by doing whatever they did to that age, which is 20-something or 30-something or 40-something to get pregnant. They done been ruined that vagina to have a risky pregnancy. Been ruined it. We're not going to get too much into that, but it is the truth.
One more vulnerable for STDs.
You're the one more vulnerable for STDs. Now let's bring the secondary factor in. So once you get pregnant, the woman is the one that creates, I hate to say this, I don't want to say septic. I'm gonna just go plain. This is the only word I could think of. As the woman, she's the only one that can create that trash environment inside her vagina, which will bring, after she's pregnant, to give a man either a stillborn, deformed baby, handicapped, autistic, and more. So the risk, what risk? The man has the risk of having to have the burden of this shit because he didn't know she had a ruined pussy. But when you hear these people talk on these panels, they always talk about the woman like she's a healthy specimen. And I'm not saying that she's not healthy. I'm talking about the way that she lived with her vagina and all of the things that she didn't pay attention to. And we could start with diet.
The other end, the reality is you cannot win this game against men because you're the one that take on all the risks. You're the one that get pregnant. You're the one more vulnerable for STDs. You're the one who is more at risk for violence.
You're the one more at risk for violence. What does that mean? That shit is wild. I'm not saying people don't, are not in violent situations. That's why I say I don't even know why they bring that shit up, because it's there. But the story is so weird, All I know is a lot of men in most hoods, in most areas, are very scared of women from a violent perspective. Like something, they got to either know each other, or say something bad to one another, cross each other's paths in a bad way. Because it's very rare.
Being with men, you're the one take on all the risk, so you can't win this game against men that you're trying to play. While you're trying to play Delulu, like you don't know what you're doing.
When you were strong, she was devoted. When you showed weakness, she recoiled. When you failed to meet her unconscious demands, she punished you, not with anger, but with withdrawal.
When you failed to meet her unconscious demands, and women got a million unconscious demands. Women don't even know what they want. Women don't even know what they want. And the moment they get it, they get bored. They find something else. This is the typical behavior of women. This is the typical behavior of women. They'll deny it, but it is. Over a century ago, you still acting like this. But you say that women can't be generalized. Well, how in the world are you still acting the same way after 100 years?
Looks like a murder happened around here. Maybe I should do a little snooping.
With indifference, with the silent treatment that left you begging for scraps of the affection she once lavished on you. But this is just the surface. What comes next is even darker. Because Jung didn't just expose the illusion, he uncovered the purpose behind it. And when you understand why women do this, you'll never look at love the same way again.
The biological contract, why women can't love you the way you want. Now, this is very interesting because as a female philosopher, female scientist, female human behaviorist, right? I came to the conclusion that men are incapable of love.
Well, unfortunately, that's wrong. That's totally wrong. I've done showed my people plenty scenarios where men are sitting in the damn hospital with his woman because her pussy ain't shit. That's love. Now that's love. Now, let's go.
Men are incapable of love. But Jung say women are incapable of love. You know what? Two things can be true.
Well, over here, I always tell my guys, women are void of love. I've been saying it. Void of love.
Two things can be true. For those of y'all who saying that the women are mad, what's about to be revealed in this video right here will explain why women are mad. They can't hide. They can't hide. They fully exposed. And I don't know why they get mad about being exposed. They love going outside naked. Women love going outside naked. They'll let you see their naked body. They'll go out in the streets with no underwear on, But when you show a woman in her true intent and her true behavior, that's when she want to cover up. I don't understand why women are getting mad at being.
That's very true. Now we're not saying the same thing, but when we talk this part right here,
underwear on. But when you show a woman in her true intent and her true behavior, that's when she want to cover up.
That's right. We're not talking about what she's talking about. We're talking about the Pussycat Facts report. We talking about that real shit. She's gonna cover that up at all times until she gets a man that loves her, without doubt. At that point, she will be truthful with that man. How, Prince? Bitch got to go to the hospital. Like you brothers, like I say, Queenmaker and a lot of these people, they're close. They're close to what it really is, but so far away.
I don't understand why women are getting mad at being seen when they love being naked.
Let me ask you a question that will cut deeper than you expect. Have you ever truly been loved for who you are? Or have you only been valued for what you provide?
I done lost my mind. Look, let me ask you this question. Somebody say, I done lost my mind. Look at the world. Right now, a woman is in jail because she sold her 11-year-old daughter because somebody wanted her eyes in her skin. So she sold her child. Women have a big hand in human trafficking and sex trafficking. Women allow their children to be molested every day. Women don't even listen to men, but want to use men to feed their egos. Does that sound like love to you?
Ma'am, you said men are incapable of love. And I understand your story. At that time, you thought women were capable until they showed you their ass. Over here, we know women are void of love. The only love that a woman can have is the one that the man brings to her and out of her. Okay? And guess what? She can't even play with that. Once she play with that, nigga drawing back. It's not a game.
And at the end of the day, when you tell women they wrong, they can't even see. How can you love when you can't even see your own behavior and you resistant to it? If it was so much love out here and people were so capable, why don't you see it? Why?
Ma'am, women are void of love. Men have much love. But what happens is men love pussy. Women want to use that against them. They are the ones that's disingenuous, lying. Like I said, it's so much to grab to, but we won't get too far into it, man. I mean, like I say, these women that have sex with you with discomfort, bro. These people, bro, they won't even tell you, son, having sex, I'm not comfortable. I got some pains going on inside. They'll let you fuck them and enjoy the pussy. You sitting there fucking enjoying yourself, son. Son. Once I learned that shit, I was like, oh, you bitches ain't shit for real. Ma'am, why you let me enjoy myself and you in pain? What is wrong with you?
On behavior and you resistant to it. If it was so much love out here and people were so capable, why don't you see it? Why is the world so dark and evil? Are y'all crazy? You got to be. You are.
The world is not dark and evil. The women are. And I understand. It's all about survival. That's what this dude said at the beginning of the video. The women are based on survival.
You're deaf, dumb, and blind. You're still fighting because you can't get a person to give you what you want. But you swear to God, y'all capable. Neither one of y'all are capable of love. You're in hell. And that's where you want to be. Neither one of you, male or female, neither one of y'all like being told about yourselves. But see, I done talked enough about men. Now I'm talking about women. But I want you to know, both of y'all trash. Both of you in hell. Both of you are pure demons.
Ability, your resources, your ability to shield her from life's harshest truths.
Oh, say that again.
Have you ever truly been loved for who you are? Or have you only been valued for what you provide? Your stability, your resources, your ability to shield her from life's harshest truths.
Women hate the truth. Women need men to shield them from reality. Women hate reality. They love to live in fantasy. And that's why when you tell a woman her true options, she get mad. If you tell a woman her true options in relationships, she gets mad. If you don't tell her her fantasy, if you don't feed her what she wants to hear, then she hates you. Million times. Throw them out.
Women do not love, they negotiate. Think back. The moment you lost your job, did she stay, or did her respect for you fade? When you showed emotional vulnerability, did she cherish it, or did she subtly pull away? This isn't cruelty, it's instinct. For thousands of years, women who prioritized survival over sentiment outlived those who didn't. And that Darwinian truth still governs female attraction today. You felt this contract in every relationship, even if you couldn't name it. The way her eyes lit up when you succeeded and dimmed when you failed. The way her love seemed tied to your utility. Jung called this the maternal bargain, a woman's unconscious ability to assess a man's genetic and social value, then adjust her loyalty accordingly. Here's the brutal part. She doesn't even know she's doing it.
Women don't. That's why they're in denial. Women running on full-blown autopilot. And they do this so unconsciously, and when you show them, they get ready to attack you. Women go into glitch out mode, shutdown mode, attack mode when you show them the mirror of their behaviors. And blown denial.
She doesn't choose to resent weakness. It's encoded, programmed. And when you understand this, every confusing breakup, every sudden loss of attraction, every "I just don't feel the same anymore" finally makes sense. Jung's most controversial notes describe women as unconscious predators.
Unconscious. Now check this out. Check this out. The subconscious mind of everybody is the feminine aspect and traits. I say, prove to me you deserve to live. Fight for my acceptance. And women have no conscious awareness of their behaviors, and they're unable to govern their emotions.
Like I said, when you hear all this crazy stuff, unable to govern their emotions, they're radical lefties, all this bullshit. This is bullshit. Only reason I say, it's relevant for when they still, when you see brothers and sisters that's still like behind. That's the old game. If it was a new game where men were operating with the Pussycat Facts report, they would govern their own act. They would govern very well. They would know, oh, I'm fucking this nigga with money. He got my Pussycat Facts report. I know, and he showed me another woman who got a better Pussycat Facts report. I need to govern myself well if I want to be with this dude, or I need to find somebody who don't have my Pussycat Facts report. That's all this is, man.
They blow with the wind. Today they like you, and in 2 minutes, the moment you say something, they hate you. So the moment you say something they don't like, the moment that you don't accept what they do, they hate your guts and will destroy you. This is the typical behavior of women. Now, these women say they want men and love men, but they seek to destroy everything around them. These same women that say they like men and want men say they mansplaining the moment they start talking. They sit up here and complain about them all day to try to figure out how they can finesse and get over. But I love men. Y'all ain't got no understanding of love. You're just predators, both of you. Y'all just preying on each other. You're violent, aggressive predators.
Not because they're evil, but because their survival depends on their ability to evaluate.
But survival is evil.
They are evil. If you ever watch any of the stuff on my channel, you'll know these are some evil people. And this is women, man. Some wild shit. The only way you could get that sort of evilness out of men is dudes that, take and then take from children and then turn gay. All that shit is evil.
Because to survive, you do some ruthless things. Nature is ruthless. Nature is brutal. Remain unconscious. Unconsciousness cares.
She falls for your potential, then punishes you for not fulfilling it. She craves your strength, then tests it by creating chaos. She demands vulnerability, then loses attraction the moment you show it.
Everything that he just said is a fact. That's exactly what women do.
Yes. But that's Old Testament. That's the Old Testament. If you know, we have a New Testament up here. But yes, it's factual for the Old Testament. And when you are a part of the New Testament, you sit there and you see the Old Testament, you're like, damn, these people are behind. You know? Like any man with money, whew, behind. If he's still living by these things, crazy work.
Craves your strength, then tests it by creating chaos. She demands vulnerability, then loses attraction the moment you show it.
Everything that he just said is a fact. That's
if a man with money is showing vulnerability to a woman, he's a fucking clown. All right? Straight up.
exactly what women do. We'll rewind it. Women do this. Now, you know that's not a lie, because how many anonymous posts have we read from women that fit this? How many anonymous posts have we read on this channel where women do exactly this? And they the ones who telling the story. How they done lost attraction for a man that go to work and do all that stuff that they say. Oh, they'll get up there.
You hear that? They will lose attraction for a man that gets up and goes to work and make an honest and earnest living. Putting him in the trick bag, in the gray area, talking about how he doesn't qualify because he can't quantify. But if that man had the Pussycat Facts report, and let's say she had a good Pussycat Facts report, he would be able to do better by that woman. See, it works both ways. He say, damn, I'll be letting the good pussy go by. You understand? I'll be letting the good pussy go by. She got a good Pussycat Facts report. I need to straighten up.
Who telling the story? How they done lost attraction for a man that go to work and do all that stuff that they say. Oh, they'll get up there and be like, oh, he's a great man. He does this, that, the other. He cooks.
Brandon and Zim, what's good? What's good, fellas?
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
He pays the bills and everything, but he just works too much, and I'm just not feeling it anymore.
He pays the bills, he works too much, and I'm not just feeling it anymore. And I'm just not feeling it anymore, right? But if he had the Pussycat Facts report and she had a bad Pussycat Facts report, he would be like, well, keep it pushing. What's happening without the Pussycat Facts report, he's saying to the bitch, yo, why you doing that? Why you doing that? What I do wrong? Especially if he's providing, he's a fucking idiot. And then if he had the Pussycat Facts report and she had a bad report, she would be like, well, I'm just not feeling it anymore. And he could go right up to that woman and say, look, ma'am, your Pussycat Facts report is low anyway. Like, I don't gotta be serious about you. You can't play those games with me. Look at your Pussycat Facts report. I could get better than this, man. And that's what all this shit is really about. They know we love box, King. And they'll play around with it, knowing that you are unaware of what a vagina is, how they carry it, what are the things about a vagina. Long as you stay uninformed about the vagina, they gonna beat you, son. Simple work. And the problem with the Queenmaker and everybody else that you're listening to is they can't go this far with the knowledge. And if they can, they're not willing to. So that means deception. So I'm going to just say they can't go that far. I'm not here to deceive you in any way, black man. I'm giving you the keys to the city. I'm talking about niggas with a job, niggas with money, understanding that, yo, the Pussycat Facts report is fighting words to a bitch because you're trying to take one of her superpowers away. And she'll slap the shit out of you for that. You think it's a game? Think it's a game if you want, son. Brandon, what's good? He said, that's why I say 2 is don't listen. And these women, when they say they want a man who have a house and his own ride, it really don't matter because they hook up with guys who don't have it. Right. And we respect it. We say, yo, that woman got wants, she got needs. You understand? That's all. I told you, bro, ain't no good women's in Kansas City. Damn. I ain't never been there, man. See, women know if a man is from another state here. Oh. They know when you're, because it goes by the accent, but they still judge me whatever past they had a person who, you know, had a counter in here in their city. So they still judge you like the rest of the guys. I get it.
I don't feel seen. I don't feel wanted. And I'm trying not to cheat, but I don't know if I can take this anymore. How many of those did we see? How many of, once he was vulnerable, then she unattracted? How many of those have we seen? Several of them. And the women want to deny this.
Now, this is a little bit of deception right here. This is deception. And it's fucked up because she made it a safe space for the women to tell their story. Now, the Queenmaker is tricky. I mean, I love the Queenmaker. She's a tricky little bitch, though, because she created a safe platform for the women to tell some of their truths, right? Now she's using that against them. She said, y'all put it in my comment section. Remember when we was bashing men? Y'all showed y'all hand. Little deceptive, but these women are clever, man. They're very clever, son. That's why I tell them, stop asking the Most High. And that's one thing I hate. Stop bringing God into this dumb shit. You taking birth control on your pussy, and you know it ain't no good for you. You deleting babies. You know the procedure ain't no good for you. You taking morning afters. You know that ain't no good for you. You doing hair relaxers. You know that ain't no good for you. Like, it's a lot, son. For real, man. Because if he do, they're going to judge him, use him, and try to corrupt him. But you must understand, Brother Brandon, the Pussycat Facts report, it can't happen if you operate from the Pussycat Facts report. Like I said, getting answers out of the Pussycat Facts report could damn near kill you. But if you could ever get the true answers out of a Pussycat Facts report from a woman that you're making love to, you will operate a different way because you know she got a good report. You will not accept the way that she operates if she got a bad report. That's what this is, man. And when the bitch say, well, why you won't let me judge you? Ma'am, look at your Pussycat Facts report. There are women with better pussy. See, that's the thing. No one has ever been able to tell a woman, yo, this is the reason why that woman has a better pussy than you. And that's the big problem. Telling y'all something, man. It's the number one game on YouTube. You'll never hear this shit anywhere, but let's go.
Once he was vulnerable, then she unattracted. How many of those have we seen? Several of them. And the women want to deny this. But this is over. You've been clocked centuries ago. You still behave exactly the same. You have not made any changes. Any. You're actually worse. Because now you're going to the grocery store butt booted naked for attention. You're worse.
This isn't hypocrisy. It's hypergamy, the drive to secure the best possible mate, even at the cost of emotional whiplash. But here's what no one tells you. Women hate this truth more than you do. Because
facts. Women hate this truth more than you do.
Like I said, let's say that they do hate that truth. It's still about a half a mile of real truth that they still get to hide and manipulate men. And like I said, anybody that you hear on the internet, they don't have solutions. I have solutions for every woman. You want me to tell you how? Hey, let me tell you how I have solutions for every woman. There's a brother named Brandon 86. He's at my man auction. I have women who have their own house, clean pussy, own job and everything, and they come over to my man auction. And what do they want out of this man auction? They want to spend money because they ain't got time for Brandon for Brandon to try to pay for. Nah, Brandon, he got a job. That man's good. He got a job. He ain't no poor nigga. He got a whole job. Man, make good money, right? He make good money. But the reason why he's at the man auction and the reason why the woman is at the man auction is because she don't want Brandon's money. The reason why she don't want Brandon's money is because that's going to require her to act a certain way. She don't want to do that. And that should be her right. And she should still be able to get Brandon. And you say, well, how's she going to get Brandon, Prince? She's going to get Brandon at the man auction. Brandon, how much would you charge Princella to be her man? Every month, what is the monthly charge that you would charge Princella to be her man? Now, she's different. She don't work 9 to 5. She does internet stuff. So the schedule is different. But I'm going to still give you about 6 hours that she's not around because she don't work a regular job. You got to take her out 3 times a week, once on the weekend. She does have a daughter. Okay? And whether she gets a period or not, you get 3 days to yourself. How much would you charge Princella, the Queenmaker, per month to be her man for 2 years? And that's how the black woman can have any man that she wants. Princella could have Brandon if she got the money. Simple.
The male. Now tell me that ain't the truth, because how many of these women glitching out right now? How many of these women losing their mind right now?
Oh, King Disagreeable. Sorry about that, King. Hold on, let me get to your comment. That's why I tell, okay. Princella is a manosphere divester. It's the weirdest shit I ever seen. I ain't gonna lie. I was making my tea earlier. I was like, damn, this bitch fuck men and women. She cutthroats women. Like, that's the only thing that she can't cutthroat us because she don't fuck with us, but she cutthroats women. Like, it's wild behavior. And they pay her for that shit. I said, that's a bad bitch. Like, how much would I charge the Queenmaker? I think we already been through this already. But this is for Brandon. Brandon, scared ass. We gonna drag your ass to the fucking man auction, Brandon. Let me tell you something, Brandon, with your scared ass. We gonna drag your ass to the man auction, right? And we gonna give you some good numbers, son. We gonna let your lowest number be 2,000. So you might have like 3 scorecards from 2,000 up to 7,000. And you'll be all right, man. We gonna drag success on your ass, nigga.
She craves your strength, then tests it by creating chaos. She demands vulnerability, then loses attraction the moment you show it. This isn't hypocrisy. It's hypergamy, the drive to secure the best possible mate, even at the cost of emotional whiplash.
Even at the cost. Look at this. Now, tell me that ain't true. Even at the cost of emotional whiplash.
How do men get caught up in emotional whiplash? Because you don't know what you're dealing with. That's the problem. That's a major problem.
Do you know who you're dealing with?
You don't know who you're dealing with.
Do you know who you're dealing with?
If you had the right knowledge, you would never be on the emotional whiplash. I mean, you guys, I know you guys don't understand the shit, but it's the most important, like, solutions, black man, solutions. How can you say, since you niggas are so smart, how can you say to a woman who's bothering you, another woman has a better pussy? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. How can you do it? Tell me, how can you do it? And that woman still has respect for you, because that's what you want, right? Now, it's not a respect conversation. It's just you're basically using, look, ma'am, your pussy's fucked up because of the Pussycat Facts report. So you shouldn't really be talking to me about why I did this or why I did that. It's clear by your Pussycat Facts report that I can do better than you. No, no, you're a great person. I'm just talking about from a pussy perspective. I got my own money. I only want the best pussy that I can have. I work hard enough to deserve the best pussy I have. Yes, before the Pussycat Facts report, I didn't know how to find what was a better pussy yet either. So yes, I didn't operate like this before. You're right. Things have changed.
Look, women sacrifice themselves, right, to play this game with men, even at the cost of not just emotional whiplash, physical, mental, and spiritual whiplash. They are designed to tear up themselves and the world.
Now, that's true. That's true. Prince, how's that true? Dog, you got little black girls growing up to be young ladies that's turning into stud lesbians, right? And they're going and buying a self-insemination kit so they could be a stud lesbian with a baby, calling it a contribution to the black community. They will destroy everything.
At the cost of not just emotional whiplash, physical, mental, and spiritual whiplash. They are designed to tear up themselves and the world just to bring souls onto the planet that's going to endure more suffering at her hands.
See, I didn't know she was going to say that. See, the problem is this, y'all. Let me tell y'all what the problem is. She's using regular people. That's why I brought the stud scenario in. Because when you hear these people on the panels talk, they just talk basic bullshit. That's the Old Testament. We're the New Testament. I just described to you something that's way more sinister than she's trying to describe. So even though she did it with a real man, she did the same thing. She's a stud lesbian that got fucked by a man. I'm telling you, stud lesbians are not getting fucked. They're self-inseminating. It's the same person. Stud lesbian trying to raise a child. She's a woman saying woman will ruin the world. She's partaking. It's ridiculous, son. Yo, son, I'm in the Twilight Zone, son. Yeah, how much now that she has a high top fade? Oh. Well, that's my thing. That's my thing. Last thing I want when I'm making love to a woman is some damn weave covering her ears and everything. So Princella, she probably get turned out if she's with me because ain't nobody, fucking her without that wig off. So I definitely, like, whether I had got with her or not with the wig on, when I make love to her, the wig got to come off anyway. So that's not a deal breaker for me. And niggas that know me know already. That is not a deal breaker for me. That wig was coming off regardless, King. Everybody knows that about me.
We'll just rewind it.
Modern culture calls this toxic, but nature calls it necessary. She falls for your potential, then punishes you for not fulfilling it. She craves your strength, then tests it by creating.
I see black bitches at they purest. You guys will call it their ugliest. I say at their purest. Be nice, guys.
Creating chaos. She demands vulnerability, then loses attraction the moment you show it. This isn't hypocrisy. It's hypergamy, the drive to secure the best.
This nigga Platt, don't be saying stuff like that, Platt. Even though all of you niggas got one caveat. King Disagreeable and Platt, you have a caveat in this argument. The caveat is you fuck bitches with real hair that's not as stiff as a wig. So you can still get to the ears and everything. You understand? Most of my women have real hair, so I don't have that problem. I know what you guys are dealing with. You got bitches with real hair where you can move the hair and everything like that. So you have a caveat outside the argument, but you know my style. Wig or not, they getting it off of that head.
Best possible mate, even at the cost of emotional whiplash. But here's what no one tells you. Women hate this truth more than you do. Because the next layer, the one buried deepest in Jung's secret research, exposes the one thing a woman fears more than being alone: being seen.
Woo! Women don't.
Very true. Very true.
Fears more than being alone: being seen. Exposes the one thing a woman fears more than being alone: being seen.
Now, she's going to listen to some white dude. I'm a black dude, and I'm telling you guys this all day. But my being seen is not what they're talking about. My being seen is real shit. I mean, core shit, literally. You understand? But let's listen to the Old Testament.
Exposes the one thing a woman fears more than being alone: being seen.
Woo! Women don't want to be seen. What a woman fears more than being alone. And they do fear being alone, which is the reason they'll sit up there and let somebody that's paralyzed whoop their ass and not leave. Because they scared of not having a man. Because women devalue their own existence. They hate each other, and they wouldn't be caught dead hanging around other women. Nope, their companion has to be a man. So a woman will sabotage everything because she's so scared of being alone, and she's so scared of being seen for who she really is. Who she really is. That's why these women glitch out. That's why they shut down when you point the mirror at them so that they can see their unconscious wicked behavior.
Very true. Old Testament, though. Old Testament. Like, nothing was how they do with the Bible, King Disagreeable. Nothing wrong with the Old Testament. You know, I know people that live by the Old Testament. Yeah. It's the Old Testament, nevertheless. You understand? Solid work. But it still leaves the mystery, God. You understand? There's still more to be learned. You know? Thus brought forth the New Testament. And a lot of, and what did they say out there, Platt? What did they say out there? Oh, Prince, ye Prince, where art thou? Oh, Prince, ye Prince, where art thou? Son, I'm here. We was doing box investigations. You know, we was like, you know, trying to, you know, give the black woman the best that she had, giving her box investigations like, yo, that box is fire. You know what I mean? Loving on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And we still do. But then the Prince had I guess they call it epiphany. And I said, damn, I got to tell black men what's really going on out here, man. And then I was like, on the internet, they're just telling it. They're telling how they're not shit. And I was like, wow, let me show the black men. And that's where we're at now, which is the New Testament. So when you, like Platypus Dreams, he knows. He listened to this Old Testament. He like, there's some levels to this shit.
Men know that you're not loyal. It ain't just because you cheat on them. They see you every day gossip about your so-called friend because you pillow talk to them. They see how you try to take your girlfriend's, your homegirl's man. They see you abandon your children for the validation of a man. They see everything you do. But for some reason, you can't see everything you do. And you think that makes you valuable. But it actually makes you the scum of the earth in their eyes.
My question would be, so what could make black men see them better than scum of the earth? What could they do? What could they do to make the black men see them, you know, better than the scum of the earth? See, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about the solution, man. And, you know, even all of us over here, we have to learn. We have to learn that, yo, all of this shit is like the stories that we used to hear. Feed the medicine. Don't cure just keep making the money off the medicine. That's what's happening out here, y'all. Because, you know, it is what it is, man. We have to learn. We have to learn that. Dolomite, what's good?
Do you know who you're dealing with?
You can take me to
Take me to jail.
Lock me up.
Lock me up.
Go away, the kid.
Go away.
The one thing a woman hate the most outside of being alone is being seen. She don't
Queenmaker, the Queenmaker set them bitches up. She made a safe space for them bitches to vent and tell all of their shit on how they hate men like they was. Cynthia G could do the same thing. And now she turned all their comment sections against them, how they was telling her how they ain't shit and how they don't like a good, honest man. After a while, they get bored with him because all he do is work and make money and provide. So she's turning. It's wild behavior.
don't want to show you her true self, but she'll show you her vagina to get some attention on Instagram. Wow.
Ma'am, her true self is based on her vagina, which she knows men don't know the truth about. See? It's way deeper. See, that's Old Testament.
Not fulfilling it. She craves your strength, then tests it by creating chaos. She demands vulnerability, then loses attraction the moment you show it. This isn't hypocrisy. It's hypergamy, the drive to secure the best possible mate, even at the cost of emotional whiplash. But here's what no one tells you. Women hate this truth more than you do. Because the next layer, the one buried deepest in Jung's secret research, exposes the one thing a woman fears more than being alone: being seen. There's a moment in every man's life when the illusion shatters. You see the script she's been following, the one she didn't even know was in her hands. Carl Jung called this the shadow war, the invisible battle between who a woman pretends to be and what she actually is.
I stopped the show. I'm the only one that maybe Jap and maybe King Disagreeable, that told you this is war. So when you see brothers up there with bitches on the panel and not having true warfare, understanding that you're dealing with a gladiator BW, this is war, son. And the only thing that can make peace out of war is a victory. Other than that, it's war.
Because women fake is all get out. Women fake is all get out. Women pretend to be something that they're not.
Yes, very true. Old Testament, but the Old Testament is true to the book. But y'all know what we mean over here. Very secretive.
They do it every day. Every day. All you see, all these women act the same. They all get on here and promote themselves as benefits packages for a man to use. They all out here wrapping their identity around a man. They all give the best head. They all are the nastiest freaks. They all jealous and competitive. They all insecure, but they pretend to be high value.
Like I said, Old Testament, but true. But in the New Testament, we say, okay, they giving up pussy and everything. It's just the next level is, how can a man tell if this woman has better pussy than that woman? What are the measuring, what are the measures? If niggas haven't figured out with that statue going up that we ain't in war, they'll never get it. But you must understand, Dolomite, they don't want to win the war. The Pussycat Facts Report, as we all know, is the victory. See, because the Pussycat Facts Report is not meant to harm anyone. That woman could have a good Pussycat Facts Report, and that man need to get his shit together if he don't want to lose some good pussy. Let's not forget about that part. But if you most women got the bad Pussycat Facts Report because of American society. Now you get to, qualify and disqualify women's vagina based on the Pussycat Facts Report. It's the only way. And then what would she do if you a good man? Yeah, I want to act better. I want to do right by you. If not, try to find somebody who don't have the Pussycat Facts Report. It's just simple as that. They want to be able to, get over.
Pretend they all looking for love through their vagina. They jump from
Hello. That's why the Pussycat Facts Report is important. That's why.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
be high value. They pretend they all looking for love through their vagina. They jump from man to man to man, hoping that
Stop the show through their vagina. That's all this is. It's everything that I've ever said. But New Testament, how do you qualify and disqualify that vagina? How do you do it, black man? Please tell me. Not everybody who's aware of the Pussycat Facts report. Regular black man, tell me, how do you disqualify pussy? You don't even know nothing about it.
are the nastiest freaks. They all jealous and competitive. They all insecure, but they pretend to be high value. They pretend they all looking for love through their vagina. They jump from man to man to man, hoping that one of them will be a fucking unicorn. They all doing the same thing. Putting on an image to hook somebody on something that ain't even real. Most women don't even like themselves, which is the reason why they can't show up as themselves.
Now, true, Old Testament, over here, Platypus, Dreams, Dolomite, and all of the brothers over here will let you know that they know that, how and why women don't like themselves. You're just saying it as a general statement. Dolomite and Plat could tell you how and why they don't like themselves. They know you.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
But they in denial. But they all got the same behavior. They all got the same desires. All of them think they should be the only one. All of them think they should have their own man.
And it's true. If that man had a way to grade her pussy and tell her to her face, ma'am, you see your Pussycat Facts report? Your shit is like a 67. This other bitch, she got like a 37. Her pussy is better than yours. Nah. You feel good? Nah, your pussy feel good though. What I'm saying is, like, to be like somebody's wife or to have like a woman that say, yo, I don't want you cheating on me. Her pussy is better for that. And also to have babies, her pussy is better. Nah, you the shit when it comes to just fucking. But as far as Pussycat Facts report is concerned, like, she's, you know what I'm saying? You're not the type of person that could say, why am I cheating on you? Because her pussy is better. I would like do that for her. She can really have children. You can't. Ma'am, you got fibroids and shit.
They all ready to get violent and fight over a man. They the same. Nothing different about them.
No was in her hands. Carl Jung called this the shadow war, the invisible battle between who a woman pretends to be and what she actually is. And here's the terrifying part. She's losing the fight too.
She sure is. The terrifying thing is she losing the fight. And we can all see it. We can all see it. You're losing. And you don't want to win. You don't want to win. You losing. You taking L after L after L because you refuse to look in the mirror and check yourself.
Well, yeah, I guess that was cool. That's true. They're going to always take plan Bs. They're going to always pop an IUD in their pussy. They're going to always ignore shit that's happening in their pussy. They're going to always have a bad diet. They're going to always never take care of their pussy. It's wild shit.
You don't want to win. You losing. You taking L after L after L because you refuse to look in the mirror and check yourself.
Now, there is one time when they check themselves, Dolomite. There is one time when the pussy finally double cross. When the pussy finally turns on them for the bad behavior, the way that they've contaminated that pussy. When it finally turns on them, that's when.
After L, because you refuse to look in the mirror and check yourself.
That's when they check themselves. They say, you know what? Yo, remember, guys, for anybody that's listening, if you see a bitch on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, X, and you see bitches on a health journey, remember, that's based in their pussy. It's the only time that women decide that they want to get fit from the gut and outward. Other than that, they're willing to put a wig on, makeup on, and everything else. So when you see these bitches on these fitness journeys and, you know, redoing their life, and brother, trust me.
You refuse to look in the mirror and straight up check yourself. Accountability is something that y'all are allergic to. Because you think women's empowerment is pointing the finger at men and painting you as an innocent victim. That's what y'all think women's empowerment is. No, it's not. Women's empowerment is pushing you to take personal accountability for your life and your decisions. You think 41 Shades of Men was written so that you could forever blame men for your problems?
Yes. They didn't know you was going to turn like this on them. That is a bullshit comment, Queenmaker. They had no clue you was going 180. Nigga, we didn't know. Nobody thought that you were 180 on these bitches like this, so you could cut that shit out.
Oh, man, it's pushing you to take personal accountability for your life and your decisions. You think 41 Shades of Men was written so that you could forever blame men for your problems? Ma'am, once you learn about the traits of a homosexual and your ass still choose a homosexual, how the hell you gonna blame that man?
Ma'am, now we get into the shit, the basic shit that these people are wrong at. Ma'am, she can't get better than a homosexual. If she tries to go get Brandon trying to just be herself, she can't keep up the act of being a ladylike that could show him love and nurture and caress him. She can't do that. She can't keep that act up. So she got to pay for that man. So she can just act any way that she wants to.
How you gonna blame the homosexual because you let him in? You chose him, man. See, you had an excuse when you didn't know better. Because you out here blind, selecting guys based on stupid ideals. But once you know better, you can't pull the ignorant card no more. But that's what y'all want to continue to do. Ma'am, it ain't them no more. This all you. It's not them anymore. It's you.
These heifers have forgotten how to be women. They live a masculine 304 lifestyle. They don't even know how to do basic female training. It's fucked up, dog. But my thing is, the Queenmaker ain't here to help them. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody here to help them. Michelle Obama, nobody. Now, it's funny. Let me show y'all something real quick. That they, you know, this algorithm always bringing stuff to my timeline, right? Check this out. I hope I still got it up. Dang. Matter of fact, let's go here real quick. Let me just show y'all something, man. Now, let me show y'all something. Look, check this out. Now, this is Angela Yee, her podcast, right? She got 189,000 subscribers, right? This video was 1 year ago, and she was talking about fibroids and trying to help women. She was trying to help women, and she was trying to bring fibroid awareness. A whole year ago, she got 189,000 subscribers. This video got 2,000 views, bro. You understand? That's how horrible women are, you know? Even when somebody's trying to help their ass. Like, it's bad, man, because it's a big, big secret. You know? Like, black men can't even try to get federal grants to help these women because of their bad pussy, because they don't want to tell us. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, these people are evil, man. Let's carry on. Sorry about that. I just wanted to show you. Now, when a woman's trying to help, they don't want it. That's the point. Because it's tapping into their real secrets.
Think of the most manipulative woman you've ever known. Was she twirling a mustache, cackling as she plotted your downfall? Of course not. The most dangerous women believe their own lies.
They
When she
sure
says,
do.
I just want honesty.
Look, they sure do. They believe their own lies. Women do believe their own lies. And then if you don't believe they lies, then they ready to attack you because you won't play fairy tale with them. You won't play make-believe with them. You will not participate in playing house with them. Women want everybody to participate in their delusions. Women want everybody to participate in their fairy tales.
So the question is, black man, can you participate in a woman's fairy tale to get her pussy without letting her trick you? Can you do that?
Women want everybody to participate in their delusions. Women want everybody.
Now remember, once you do this, you ain't shit. You played into their fairy tale and their delusions to get pussy, and you never let yourself get used. That's when you become not shit.
To participate in their fairy tales.
She twirling a mustache.
That's how come I know the black man is a good man. See, the black man is a good man because he want to participate in the fairy tale, right? Then he don't want to participate in the fairy tale because he like, I did that already. Now you realize that I can provide for you and take care of you. So the fairy tale shit should be dead now. And this bitch keep fairy tailing a nigga. Yeah, the black man is a hell of a man. Yeah, that nigga is a hell of a man. I tell you, boy.
Ash, cackling as she plotted your downfall? Of course not. The most dangerous women believe their own lies. When she says, I just want honesty while punishing you for it. When she claims, I'm not angry while making you suffer for it. That's not malice. That's instinct. Jung found that women control men not through force, but through emotional alchemy.
And that's all women want to do. All women want to do is play power games and play the victim.
Power games, war, gladiator, power.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
Man the fuck up.
Man, yes.
Power. How can men gain power over women vagina? How can men gain power? Who's helping men do that on YouTube? I seen that DJ Hamp and all that shit. I'm like, yo, these brothers are so Old Testament, it don't make sense. And I just can't see how anyone is helping the black man or men in general. Over here, we have solutions. We have the Pussycat Facts Report for real men that want to say, ma'am, I require this in order for me to, bust in you, in order for me to wife you, in order for you to question my eggplant use. I require certain things out of this Pussycat Facts Report. I might add to you, brothers, if you ever ask a bitch to do the Pussycat Facts Report, that could be the day you get slapped. Because you can't ask a woman these type of questions, son. Why are you questioning my pussy? She wants you to fall into the trap of getting with a person with a bad pussy, marrying her because she look good. After you marry the bitch, you can't get the bitch pregnant for 3 years. You like, damn, what's going on? Next thing you know, you in and out the hospital because this bitch got pussy complications and she on your insurance and all that, and she using up the doctors, rightfully so. You don't want to see nothing happen to the bitch. And she's got these complications with her pussy, going to these different pussy specialists, getting her pelvic floor examined and all this wild shit. And she would rather you not know anything about her pussy, the one thing that you care about more than anything in the world, after your own success.
Like I told you, a woman's only power is pussy and tears.
Hello? That's why the Pussycat Facts Report is important. Pussy. We only care about the pussy. We don't care about no tears. But if they try, they tie the tears to the pussy and some men cave in. I tell brothers, if you ever see a woman crying, try your best to not laugh so hard. Like when a woman cries, you're supposed to laugh. So, you got to like hold it in. You got to kind of like laugh a little bit, bitch, crying. Out of control.
All women want to do is play power games and play the victim. Like I told you, a woman's only power is pussy and tears.
Hello? So if you had the Pussycat Facts Report, and she's saying everything that I say is just Old Testament, and then I have more upgraded info in the New Testament. But the way I say it is the woman has two superpowers, her vagina, which is physical, and her mind. Now, we cannot read the mind, but we can read some pussy. After all, what is a pussy? She ain't got to do shit. All she got to do is have a good, clean pussy, healthy pussy. A man could just slap some lube on, condom on, whatever, and fuck it. And she could get a nut off. She could get all this shit without doing nothing. She just got a pussy. You niggas fall victim to the bitch telling you, oh, I'm tired tonight. Bitch, you just got a pussy. I don't need you doing no backflips. If you do, more power to it. But you just got a pussy. Ain't no reason you can't fuck me. I put it down on you.
If she can't manipulate you with her vagina, then she gonna start crying.
Hello? Black man, how can you qualify and disqualify the black woman's pussy or any woman's pussy for real long-term use, or for her to even be able to say, yo, you playing with my emotions, or where were you? No. Your Pussycat Facts Report, you don't get to say that to me. What do you have to say that to a woman with dignity that you could show her? Look at this Pussycat Facts Report. I got somebody who is better than that. And she can't do nothing but say, yo, touche.
Like I told you, a woman's only power is pussy and tears. If she can't manipulate you with her vagina, then she gonna start crying.
The Pussycat Facts Report will make women straighten up. See, she's Old Testament. She's thinking that they're going to cry. No, that woman got a man with money, and she try to pull that bullshit on him, and he say, boo, I got money like that. I love being around you. I love when we make love together and everything. I love the shit out of you. But you can't be questioning me. I'm a nigga with money. And look at your Pussycat Facts Report. And then he show her another two women who got a better Pussycat Facts Report to her. And say, look, boo, they got better Pussycat Facts Reports than you. So it's not like you're irreplaceable. But what I'm saying is I love to be around you. I love everything about us. But you got to slow down with all that. I'll give you money. When you're around me, you good. But at the same time, your Pussycat Facts Report ain't all that where you could just say whatever you want to me. I got better. See, at this point, black men can't do that. They can't never say how they got better pussy with dignity and not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. See what I'm saying? Because this ain't about hurting nobody. This is about a man who earns for a living. And I don't give a fuck how much it is. And you stand on your business and you sit there and say, boo, look, man, sweetheart, somebody got a better one though. The same way she'll say to you if you had a miniature eggplant. Same thing, man. And they don't mind telling your ass that when they want to disrespect you, man. You niggas better get a grip, man. I'm starting to get a little pissed off. I'm gonna get a grip, yo. It's ridiculous, man. Women's need to stop saying mans do not listen. How they don't listen if they don't give them a chance. You still don't get it, brother. You still don't get it. Still don't get it. If a man sees a woman down and he adds her, if she is okay, and he asked her if she's okay, she don't want to talk. Who rather have communication, man or woman? Seems like the man will tell you how it is. Yes, that's cool. That's not attack mode. Attack mode is when they can use their pussy on you to bring forth tears and to try to bother you on your phone when you're away from them. It's way more sinister, King. They talking about the relationship factor when she's in attack mode, where she wants to be able to rule you, which I believe is cool. I just believe that no matter how much you make as a man, you should be compensated to have to act like that towards somebody, because she knows she's supposed to be listening to you. You done made a fucking success out of yourself, and she's still playing this combat with your ass. Come on, man.
Oh, Press, you just don't feel me. Punani in tears. And if them two things don't work, then she finna go on a savage rampage to try to burn the entire world down.
See? Now, why would she go on a savage rampage to burn the entire world down? Because you wasn't able to bring forth the Pussycat Facts report and really show her. It's still all gray area and mystery where she could seem like, oh, I'm crazy. No, because once you break the Pussycat Facts report down to her and she still go crazy, everybody gets to know why. Without the Pussycat report, she could say you did any fucking thing, and you would be like, nah, I wasn't even like that, man. That bitch kept bleeding every time I fucked her. It could be a whole different story. See what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Pussycat Facts report. She tried to burn the world down. You like, yo, bitch had a bad Pussycat Facts report. And other men be like, yo, word up, son. You're like, nobody is not going to believe you, King. You know what I mean? Yo, bitch had a bad Pussycat Facts report, man. I ain't dealing with that. Because she can't come out and try to tell the truth. Yo, the nigga left me because I had a bad pussy. Or she could, or what she going to do? Lie? Yo, the nigga left me because I had a good Pussycat Facts report. I'm burning the world down. But he had somebody that had a better one. Like, he might have had a virgin or some shit. Who knows? But just her saying it. Yo, because I had a Pussycat Facts report. I'm burning this mother down. You know what I'm saying, son? It don't make sense. You're ahead of the game when you rocking with the Pussycat Facts report.
And if them two things don't work, then she finna go on a savage rampage to try to burn the entire world down.
Based in mystery.
Turning your own virtues against you. You've lived this. The more responsible you became, the more irresponsible she acted.
Facts. The more responsible you become as a male, the more childish she act.
That's what I tell brothers all the time. Never answer. You know, you got some of you black men out there, you'll be talking to a bitch, right? And you will ask a bitch a question, right? And then you'll like answer the shit for the bitch. Like you niggas are crazy. Yo, you give the bitch the question, the answer, you do all this wild shit.
The more responsible you become as a male, the more childish she act.
Allowing the bitch to be childish. Allowing the bitch to say, oh, I don't know, I don't this, I don't. All because you're providing. She gets to act like she don't know shit. Oh, which way, babe? All the stupid shit. All because you a provider. She gets to act stupid. Yo, you niggas, man. Yo, you niggas are crazy. Yo, the way I operate, son, all responsibility is on the Gladiator BW. I am never at fault because I'm not trying to, do all that extra leading and all that. No, that woman is a grown woman. But you niggas do take this extra responsibility to allow the woman to act childish.
This. The more responsible you became, the more irresponsible she acted.
Facts. The more responsible you become as a male, the more childish she act. How many times have y'all seen these trends go around where women talking about, I don't like to think when I'm with my man. You know how I can tell that a woman is being treated right? and she with a grown man is because she acts like a baby. When a woman acts like a baby in a relationship with her man, that means she's being treated right. All she can think about is unicorns and rainbows. Women walking down in the store, la 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 la, while the man looking at the world. Okay, I need to check out this X. That. Absolutely true. The more responsible you become, the more childish she act, the more incapable she act.
But she's not incapable to be bothering your ass when you staying after work getting some extra pussy. She ain't childish then. Now she know how to call your phone, blow you up, call your homie. She know how to find out all the places that you should have been. It's all bullshit, Ken.
Because women do not want to be adults. They do not want to be responsible. They want somebody to give them a free ride throughout life. Some reason, I don't know why y'all think. I don't know why you think that I'm a supporter of that. Ma'am, I done lived on the streets. I'm ex-military, got my commission as an officer, right? The first time a nigga put his hands on me, I left.
Man the fuck up.
I handle everything in my life. Ain't nobody ever why do you think I'm supporting the idea you sitting on your ass being a pretty princess? What make you think I support that? What make you think that that women's empowerment is you sitting on your ass not using your brain? What make you think that? Because my life don't reflect that, ma'am. My life don't reflect that. My life don't reflect laziness and crumb bum behavior.
So, Queenmaker, as I often ask you, what do you suggest for these women? What is the solution? What should they do? Yes, you don't live like that. What should they do? It's never the solution. And then they say, well, I don't put that on YouTube. Well, what the fuck? What's going on? We helping or not? Pussycat Facts Report is free. Well, that's why nobody got it. Oh.
The more emotional support you offered, the more crises she created.
That's a fact. Women just like drama. That's the reason why y'all can't get along. You just need chaos. You really don't like peace. And it's so funny because I'm like, men don't like peace. They love chaos too, but you really like chaos. Both of y'all lie to yourselves. The male and the female, both of y'all sit up here and lie to yourself talking about you want peace. No, the hell you don't. Y'all like this crap. Y'all like fighting. Y'all like this conflict.
Well, like I said, fellas, the conflict is all based out of the pussy. Do you want the pussy? Can you say this woman has bad pussy? Can you say you got a better pussy with dignity? So all this shit is really, really about, man. But it's going to start with you knowing what they're doing with their pussy, knowing how they live with their pussy, knowing what does and what does not help and affect the pussy. What is hereditary based on the pussy? Black pussy in particular. Once you get towards that area, which I'm here to help you with, it's okay. It's okay to learn. I know you like to knock a hole in these bitches, but I understand there's still more to learn about this pussy, King. You know? And the sinister behaviors that they use it on brothers for, man. And just like I say, once you have all that knowledge and all of that stuff, it's not about hurting anybody's feelings with the Pussycat Facts Report, but you can operate differently, and you will be surprised that once you have the, and I'm not telling you that this will happen all the time, but you'll be surprised that once you can get through to somebody, y'all, because y'all like each other already, y'all been fucking and stuff like that. And once the Pussycat Facts Report comes and she knows that you know about the conditions of her pussy, she'll change for the better. You know, she'd be like, well, I know he could do better than me. You know, maybe I need to change up or whatever, because he loved the shit out of me or whatever, you know. And as a man, you're like, yo, you could either tell a bitch, yo, shape up or ship out, or you could say, look, man, let's work this out and be, you know, or whatever. It's on you. That's the point. It's back on the man. That's what the power is. It's back on the man. And he decides what the hell's going on based on your pussy, not you. That's the fucking Jewel. If you guys really, really want that sort of knowledge, you know what I mean? Well, weaponry to, use. Like, I know having the weapon is cute, but, brother, you're going to need it, man. You making money.
The harder you worked to make her happy, the more miserable she made you. Jung's notes describe this as the martyr's trap. A woman's shadow needs chaos to feel alive. So if you're stable, she'll destabilize you.
Sure will. You don't like peace? Because that's boring. How many times we read anonymous posts on this channel where these women bored? I just don't feel, just straight up substance abusers. Just dope addicts.
Now, substance abusers and dope addicts. Old Testament. The New Testament is what substances that make them dope addicts? We would say antidepressants, always act. They done push this therapy on these bitches where they taking these antidepressants and feeling numb all over the place, not giving you the right love when you fuck them. They all numb in the pussy and in the mind, in the heart and the soul. Taking birth control since they was 14 to couple with the antidepressants, alcohol, dealing with an outright substance abuser. But you're not going to hear the Queenmaker talk about it like that. This is serious shit. Now, remember, I love the Queenmaker. I would be the Queenmaker's man and everything that she desires as a play monkey. I'll be the Queenmaker's play monkey for. I would love to get it for 2,000. I would love to get it for 2,000 a month, man. Y'all see me sitting over there with the Queenmaker like a fucking monkey, right? Yeah. The Queenmaker be doing her live streams like, yo, go get me something to drink, it's wild shit. Yo, why you sitting there? Yo, comb your beard. All sorts of stupid shit, just clowning me, son. Yeah, I could have a job. I could do everything if I want to, but she gonna give me 2,000 a month, and she gonna treat me like so. But she gotta fuck me whenever I say, and she gotta make sure she got that money on the first, or she violates the contract, and she gotta pay 60% of the rest, and we won't be together. No, I think it's 80%. 80%.
Constantly looking for a new shockwave to go through her body. Because if it ain't a constant flow of shock, she feels dead on the inside. She don't like peace. She like drama. That's why they can't see themselves being alone. It's the most dangerous thing because she ain't got nobody that she can cause chaos with, and she done lied to herself so much that she don't like that demon that she hiding.
That's true. Old Testament, but it's true. What do you mean, Prince? Once the woman got a bad pussycat facts report, right? After the birth control, the deletions, the antidepressants from the deletion and the birth control, and the years and years and years on it, right? After all that, right?
Can cause chaos with, and she done lied to herself so much that she don't like that demon that she hiding.
Then she got to go to the hospital, right? And when she goes to the hospital, she got to go by herself. And a lot of times she got to you know what's fascinating, black man? Do you know a lot of we need to get a study on that. A lot of black women walk around with someone else's blood in their body. A lot of black women get blood transfusions, King. You know what I'm saying? Of course you wouldn't know that. But a lot of women get blood transfusions, black women. And the point that I'm trying to make is they hiding that demon, right? And they be going to the hospital by themselves with bad health conditions and getting blood transfusion. And they got to go to the hospital by themselves or with their mama or some shit like that, right? Because they still trying to hide the fact that they pussy double-crossed them, right? And they'll get a blood transfusion and all that, right? And they won't tell the man that they fucking or about to fuck. You understand? Crazy work. Taking iron pills to build up the iron. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Hiding that demon. And the demon only comes out when that pussy double crossed them. Remember that. You'll never know a real woman unless she's willing to give you her pussycat facts report, or you sneak and get it, or that ass got to go to the hospital and the bitch start turning holistic and want to have a fix my life journey and all just crazy shit.
Alone. It's the most dangerous thing because she ain't got nobody that she can cause chaos with, and she done lied to herself so much that she don't.
Right. And that's another thing. So the Queenmaker give me $2,000 a month. She in there looking like G Money with a curly high top fade, right? She looking like G Money with a curly high top fade, and I gotta be there and I gotta be her man. My man look like G Money. So y'all gotta realize, that's the shit I gotta do for $2,000 out the Queenmaker. How much you niggas charging? Since y'all want to leave it on me, how much you niggas charging?
Like that demon that she hiding. She need a distraction because she got so many skeletons in the closet, and she done distanced herself so far away and embarrassed.
Now remember, Queenmaker says she don't do strap-ons. So I shouldn't be telling y'all this because y'all some fake ass niggas. You didn't want to give me your price. I'm the real box. Well, I'm one of our box investigators. So the Queenmaker don't do strap-ons. So remember, she look like G Money. So I got that going against me. She's gonna talk to me and treat me like shit. I got that going against me. But I get my $2,000 a month, and she don't like strap-ons. So she ain't had much dick. So I get to get that pussy. You understand me?
There's so much wicked she can't sit with herself. She can't sit with herself. That's why she needs somebody to be in her face so she can release her demons off on them. And tell a woman this is what she doing, and she ready to release her demons onto you. I feel sorry for these kids that come through the womb of most of these women.
Whoa, this nigga Bernie. So let me get this straight. So I'm charging the Queenmaker $2,000, right? And Bernie is gonna charge the Queenmaker. Hold on. I want all y'all to know one thing first. Bernie is a piece of shit. He let me tell that she didn't like strap-ons and stuff before he put his price up. I knew all of the info already. I'm trying to get this money. But at the man auction, Bernie's gonna undercut me. So he gonna say, look, I know you buying the prints for $2,000, and that will be a great, great deal. But my price is $400 a month. All my niggas at the man auction look good, so it's all good. And I don't get to say, anything back because he's going lower. So now if I was going lower, then I could say something. Like I would say a lower price, then I could say something, right? But being that he's going lower, I can't say anything. So he get to do all the talking now, right? And he gets to say this, right? He gets to say this. Yo, I'm gonna charge you $400 a month. I'm gonna give you everything that the prince is giving you, but I know for a fact I got one thing that the prince don't have, and he gonna say, yo, I'm gonna eat you out as much as you want me to eat you out, right? Because I'm not gonna do all that shit. You know what I mean? To the Queenmaker, he said, unless she paid some serious money, but Bernie gonna say, yo, I'm gonna eat you out with my price. You know what I mean? And you can still live your stud life for the most part. Even though the rule says you gotta fuck me whenever I say, but I love you so much, Queenmaker, that I would most likely eat you out. You have more of a lesbian experience with me, than the prince. Yes, I want to fuck you, and I'm gonna fuck you, but I'll most certainly eat you all the way out. Hey, yo, this nigga Bernie, man, he gonna fuck my money up, B. She gonna be like, all right, Bernie, let's do this, man. Matter of fact, she gonna say this to Bernie. So Bernie, How about you just fuck me 3 times a month, but you eat me out more, all the time? What if she say that, Bernie? How about you fuck me once a week, meaning like 4 times a month? You can only fuck me 4 times a month. Hey, Bernie, what if she says you can only fuck me 4 times a month, but you can eat me out all day? Yeah, I thought so.
Because they ain't got a chance in hell at survival.
If you're confident, she'll test you. Not because she wants to hurt you, but because her unconscious demands proof you can survive her darkness. Here's the truth that will make your skin crawl. The sweeter the woman, the deadlier the shadow. Jung's clinical files overflow with perfect wives who secretly sabotage their husbands. Not with affairs or insults, but with strategic helplessness.
Women love playing helpless. That's why they fight.
That's my nigga. That's the Bernie I know. That's the Bernie I know.
Man, yeah.
That's the Bernie I know right there. And I want all you guys to understand this. When you are part of the man auction and a woman is coming to buy you, right? And she want to like make some rules or whatever, you got to up your price because you was giving her a good deal. And now she want to make some extra rules, you got to up your price. She want Bernie to fuck her 4 times a week. 4 times a month. He got to up his price. So he's still going to beat me. You know what I mean? Because I charge $2,000. So Bernie definitely getting that pussy one way or another.
Against taking care of themselves. Women love to play helpless, like they can't do something. Women love to play victim. And then they want everybody to play along with them.
The migraine that always struck when he needed courage. The depression that...
Yo, y'all niggas got to send some money, man, or I got to get the hell out of here, man. You know what I mean? I thought I was just doing a little show, but we got to cook and it was fun, man. You know what I mean? I was cooking up, having some fun. Send some fucking money, man.
That mysteriously vanished when he stopped paying attention. These aren't conspiracies. They're survival mechanisms older than civilization. When a woman says, "I don't know why I'm like this," believe her.
She don't, because she totally ignorant, totally dumbfounded. I don't know why I'm like this. You know why she don't know why she like this? Because she avoids the mirror as much as possible.
True, but Old Testament. True, but Old Testament. I have showed documented files where women have been taking birth control since they were 15 years old. And when they got off birth control, say about 25 or 28, they would say, and it's documented on the internet, they would sit there and say, I wanted to see how my life is not on drugs, not on antidepressants, not on birth control. Because they really don't know who they are. In the New Testament, is more drug related. That's why I say it's some serious shit, King. Remember, birth control, listen, birth control. Let me tell you something. Son. Birth control mimics pregnancy, right? So it means you don't get a period or whatever. They say you don't get a period, but it mimics pregnancy, right? So from 15 years old, the black woman en masse, they're mimicking pregnancy. Why, Prince? Because they said they had bad cramps. And what happens is those cramps are like what you call that shit? Practice or prep. It's practice and prep to, somewhat mimic how it feels to be a baby. Not the real thing, but somewhat a replication of what it's going to be like to have a baby. And, you know, a lot of black women have been raised to be, I guess, soft or whatever the case is, and they can't take that. So they're missing all the practice of how it is to get the contractions or the pregnancy pains by being on birth control, mimicking pregnancy from the age of 15 to 25 or 28. Now, remember what happens with the black woman. She's on birth control, not fucking. She's just popping these drugs, going to college, getting a career, fucking every now and then. You see what I'm saying? Until she start, you know, getting into her whole phase or whatever in her 20s. All along, she's been on birth control. Now, guess what? Even when she says she's celibate and all this other shit, or she's taking a break for a year, whatever, she's still on birth control. You understand? They're just taking it.
Oh, why I'm like this? Believe her.
She don't, because she totally ignorant, totally dumbfounded. I don't know why I'm like this. You know why she don't know why she like this? Because she avoids the mirror as much as possible. She avoid the mirror as much as possible. She hates herself, and she don't want to be seen.
Why would she say she hates herself? Oh man, I gotta go. You niggas ain't sending no money. Cause that was hey Bernie, it was a perfect segue. Why does she hate herself? See, because you niggas hear me talking and you think it's cool. Nah, they tell it better. But I gotta get the hell out of here, man. But why do they hate themselves, Bernie?
Nate, and I'm having a kid every month, but no baby. Or so you grow tissue outside of where it's supposed to be, which can be very painful and cause a lot of discomfort. Especially, it depends on the stage of endometriosis that you have. But I think all of the people who have endometriosis can vouch and say that this shit sucks ass and it's painful as fuck. Point blank, period. I'm gonna just keep it above. Which can be very painful and cause a lot of discomfort. Especially, it depends on the stage of endometriosis that you have. But I think all of the people who have endometriosis can vouch and say that this shit sucks ass and it's painful as fuck.
This shit sucks ass and is painful as fuck. Has nothing to do with a man. A man is nowhere around this woman. But something about herself sucks ass and is painful as fuck. And if something about yourself, black man, suck ass and be painful as fuck, you wouldn't like yourself either. You understand? If something about you sucked ass and was painful as fuck, you wouldn't like yourself. So that was going to be a little good introduction to the to this shit, but I can't just keep sitting here with you niggas, but I'll play a little bit while I get myself together.
Point blank, period. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Now, with endometriosis,
especially with the Knicks getting blown out, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
The tissue can be found anywhere. It can be found in your fallopian tube, your ovaries, your uterus, your intestines.
Something about her fallopian tubes, her uterus, and her ovaries suck ass and is a piece of shit. Oh, that's why she hate herself. Oh,
this shit sucks ass and it's painful as fuck. Point blank, period. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Now, with endometriosis, the tissue can be found anywhere. It can be found in your fallopian tube, your ovaries, your uterus, your intestines, your colon. Like literally anywhere in here, it can be there. And it's kind of weird how it does that. Like, I don't know. But unfortunately, there is no cure for it. So it's
hey Bernie, ain't no cure, Bernie. Bernie, ain't no cure, King. You heard? Something that sucks ass and is miserable as fuck ain't no cure. That's why they hate themselves. But the Queenmaker can't tell you this, Bernie.
And it's kind of weird how it does that. Like, I don't know. But unfortunately, there is no cure for it. So it's like the ones who have endometriosis we're just stuck with it for life and we have to just deal with it. But when I tell you guys, it's the most painful shit I've ever experienced in my life. I'm sorry for all the curse words, but I feel like it's needed. Like, the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like,
Yo, Bernie, you ain't
oh my
shit.
God. I think, like, honestly, I've never had a kid yet, but I can probably say it will be up there, like having a kid. And it's, a lot of people have said it's just like having a kid every month, but no baby. So
What I teach you, King. You know, a lot of conditions is mimicking the baby stuff. And it's supposed to be telling these bitches, get you a man, get you some babies. Your pussy about to go out. Can't tell a black bitch shit.
Experienced in my life. Like, oh my God. I think, like, honestly, I've never had a kid yet, but I can probably say it will be up there, like having a kid. And it's, a lot of people have said it's just like having a kid every month, but no baby. So it can be like very draining mentally and physically. But let's just get into it because, you know, I'm gonna just apologize in advance if I start talking everywhere. It's just I be having so many things that I want to say, and I just, you know, I get distracted. But anyways, so we're gonna start off, and I'm gonna tell you guys my symptoms, and then I'm gonna go into my story of how I found out I have endometriosis. So my symptoms that I had: nausea. How are you supposed to go about your normal daily life? How are you supposed to work? Remember back. Oftentimes there were days where I couldn't go to school because it was just so bad. And y'all, for my endo sisters who had an endo flare up, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Like, I feel like this disease is so disgusting and it ruins your life. How are you supposed to go about your normal daily life? How are you supposed to work? And, you know what I'm saying? Be completely normal when, like, you're always in pain. Like, when I'm talking about pain, like, imagine somebody trying to stab you in your abdominal right here and stabbing you in your back. Like, it's that bad. And a lot of people aren't aware of what endometriosis is. And most people just associate it as bad periods. It's more than a fucking bad period. Like, it's ridiculous how some healthcare providers will deny you the care you need or tell you you don't have something. You know what I'm saying? And it can be very draining mentally because it's like, okay, what is wrong with me? Luckily, my OB in the
Let's go, guys.
ER I went to, they got it right the first time. I haven't went through, you know, too much where people telling me I don't have it, you know, or whatever. But for those who are going through that and they're telling you that you're fine, it's just bad periods, I highly encourage you to go find a different provider. Just do it. Because we're going to be honest, these people are during my ovulation week. Oh my God. And for some reason, ovulation week is like awful too. But it was during ovulation week. And I'm like, okay, I can't be pregnant. It can't be a period. So I'm like, what is it? Like, I didn't know what it was. And it hurted so bad. So I was like, let me just go to the doctor. I could barely drive myself to the doctor. My boyfriend was at work, so he couldn't take me. When I tell y'all I was struggling to get to the doctor, but I didn't want to call 911. I didn't want no ambulance or nothing because I wasn't trying to get that ambulance bill. But I drove myself to the ER, y'all, and they did all of these tests, these CAT scans, vagina ultrasound, regular ultrasound, and they
Stop the show. She had a boyfriend. That, so you had a man who had a woman who was going to the hospital for her pussy. He ain't did nothing wrong to that woman. And that's what I keep trying to tell y'all. They trap you niggas, and now you got a bitch with a bad pussy going to the doctor, and you got to worry about the bitch. And you just wanted a bitch that you could just fuck for life.
They ended up finding out I have endometriosis, and they only discovered
They ended up, what I teach you niggas, the hidden secrets. So she got that boyfriend, fucked the dog out of him, bled on him. He still loved her. She fucked him some days. She didn't bleed on him. Everything was good. She was a nice person. They was nice and everything. But she hid the fact that she didn't know that her pussy was conking out.
mine because I have like stage 4, I think is the highest, or it's up there. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they were able to discover it through the vagina ultrasound because I have a very thick endometrium wall. And you can normally see that during your period. And that's how you'll know your periods are going to be bad. But the only true way to get a diagnosis is to get cut open. Unfortunately, with the laparoscopy. But laparoscopy, they're little small cuts. Like the cuts would be like one in the belly button and two on the side. But unfortunately, I didn't get lucky. I had to get a C-section cut. And I had to get a C-section cut because they discovered I had a cyst the size of a cantaloupe. Do y'all know how big a cantaloupe is?
There you have it, black man. Black man. Black man. She had a boyfriend. Her boyfriend had a girl that looked good or whatever, right? Had a fucked up, bloody endometriosis pussy. He didn't know this when he met her. And she gonna say she didn't know either, right? But anyway, this is what he got to be stuck with. It's what I'm trying to teach you niggas about the Pussycat Facts Report. You understand me? Anyway, her pussy starting to conk out, right? She's up in the hospital. This ain't funny. I'm just saying, think about what that man got to go through. He like, yo, I just want to make love to you and take care of you. What is this? He love her already. He like, yo, I don't want to see nothing happen to you, but yo, why it got to be your pussy? It's what you call a raw deal.
Like, I just showed y'all me standing up. I looked the...
If that man leave her, she would be able to understand. He knows her pussy is, you know, not the best. Put it like that.
Exact same. And they told me I had a cyst the size of a cantaloupe.
Yo, the man had a woman with a... Yo, so the man had a woman with a cyst in her pussy the size of a cantaloupe. Praise Jesus.
And I didn't know how long I had it. That's the thing. So my ER doctor...
She didn't know she had it. So who got the raw deal? Him or her? Who got the raw deal? Who made the bad pick? He did.
Had told me that it was pretty big. It was like 11 or 12 centimeters. And I ended up making an OB appointment. And I went there. They did more tests. And then she also took the results that she had received from the ER so she could further look. And she was like, girl, we have to do surgery like ASAP. Because if the cyst ruptured with how big it was, it could mess up my whole insides. Like wipe out my whole reproductive system and all of that. So I had surgery like within the next 2 weeks or so. And I was very scared and anxious. She told me that...
Fuck all that. Fuck all that. What about your boyfriend? Yo, the bitch... Hold on. I'm missing something. Yo, son, the bitch boyfriend. So she went to the hospital one day and the man was worried. And then next thing you know, she had to tell that man, yo, I got to do emergency surgery on my pussy. Yo, they said I got a cantaloupe. Yo, I got to... Yo, that man's like, yo, you serious? So what's happening now? He's not getting fucked. He didn't sign up for this. But he's also worried. What kind of fucking relationship is that if you don't get the Pussycat Facts Report? What kind of relationship is that for a man? Unreal, son.
She would try to do laparoscopy way first, but if it wasn't going to work, obviously I would have to get a C-section cut. And if you don't know what a C-section cut, it's the cut that you get when you have a baby. And y'all, when I tell y'all, like, the surgery wasn't that bad, but it was bad, but not as bad as the pain that I had from the flare-ups and stuff. Thank God she was able to go back and remove a lot of the tissue that was, the scar tissue that was there. And y'all, it's a lot of pain. Like, and unfortunately, even though they do remove some of it, it still grows back. It's just what it is.
Still grows back. It is what it is, Bernie. Hey, Bernie, it is what it is, man. That man just stuck with that pussy. You understand me, King? That's what you get when you don't use the Pussycat Facts Report. There you have it. even with the surgery, which we call over here reconstructed pussy, okay, it still grows back. So you could be dealing with this for the rest of your life, black man. Pain, things that's not fuck friendly. If you don't use the Pussycat Facts Report in the new modern era, they have misused and abused the health and welfare of the black vagina. Yes, it still feels good, but long-term relationships and making babies, you better be careful. And like I said, it goes past that. Bitch, if your pussy doing all that, how dare you question where the fuck I'm at? Are you crazy? Bitch, I'm looking for good pussy. Fuck is wrong with you?
So I had that happen, and recovery for me took a lot longer than normal. Normally with laparoscopy, you're able to return back to normal activities within the next couple days. But I was out for like probably a week. Not a week. It was probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because I had an open womb. And I wanted to say thank you to my boyfriend for always being supportive and being there for me.
One love. Yo, I watched many of these videos. I watched a shitload of these videos, son. And I'm glad I didn't leave yet, because I'm about to leave now. But I never see the women give the boyfriend the credit. And that's what I was telling y'all about the Queenmaker saying men are incapable of love. You are out of your fucking mind. That man is a saint. He is a saint. I respect that she gave him credit.
I wanted to say thank you to my boyfriend for always being supportive and being there for me. It literally, like, he's my backbone.
Praise Jesus, sister. That's the type of shit you get when you know a woman's Pussycat Facts Report. You get praise. Praise Jesus, son. Praise Jesus, sister. Y'all love this bitch. Amen. Yeah. Yo, I love this bitch, son. This is what I'm talking about, man.
Not a week. It was probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because I had an open womb. And I wanted to say thank you to my boyfriend for always being supportive and being there for me. It literally, like, he's my backbone. For real. I'm gonna try not to cry, y'all, but I get emotional when
the Pussycat Facts Report, King. You get real love out of these fucking gladiators, son. This ain't no respect. This is love. That bitch want the world to know. Yo, she can't. Yo, a billion people could see this. She praising that man. That's what the Pussycat Facts Report do. Oh man, praise Jesus, son.
Like, he's my backbone. For real. I'm gonna try not to cry, y'all, but I get emotional when I talk about this. This is why I hate talking about endometriosis. But I feel like
Yeah, we know. Most women are gonna hide it from their men. And bitch, you got lucky. You got lucky because he's a fucking saint. You know he can leave your fucking ass. You wish he'd have never found that shit out about you. But he's a great man.
I wanted to say thank you to my boyfriend for always being supportive and being there for me. It literally, like, he's my backbone. For real. I'm gonna try not to cry, y'all, but I get emotional when I talk about this. This is why I hate talking about endometriosis. But I feel like I can help somebody else. So that's why I'm here. But anywho, so like on to the nitty-gritty stuff. As I was telling y'all, well, I didn't tell y'all, some of the symptoms also can be battling infertility. And I happen to take on that. So as many, well, y'all don't know because I didn't post on this channel, but me and my boyfriend, we recently just bought our home and everything is just starting to come together. So we're like, okay, why not just try for, our first baby? And, because I don't know, I felt like everything in our life was going right. And I felt like we were in a good enough position to where we could have a baby. And then also with me having endometriosis, we knew that my time was kind of cut in half. So we was like, fuck it, let's just do it. So we were trying to get pregnant for like 2 years, actually still going on 2 years. And I ended up making an appointment to a fertility clinic. And we went there. He had to get a sperm analysis done. I had to get a lot of blood work done. and stuff. And then like basically the fertility doctor was telling me that my ovarian reserve for my age should be between 3 and 4, but it's at a 1.5.
Right. So why did you make him go get a fucking fertility check? It ain't got nothing to do with the black man. The black man is a healthy man, bitch. And I'm trying to tell these black men, look at the pain that man's going through for being a saint to this bitch. He got turned out. And like I said, the reason why this woman is an evil witch is because she know her pussy fucked up. The doctor told her her egg reserve is low, right? And she didn't say, yo, son, you are a great man. You deserve to have babies and pour into. Go have you some babies, man. I'm going to let you go, son. You really, really deserve some babies, man. Don't be caught up in me. You know having a baby with me is messed up. And then you don't even know if the baby come out autistic or not. You're going to feel even worse, King, when you know my pussy fucked up already. That's what makes her an evil witch. She rather keep that good man. You understand me?
Which is awful. And if you don't know, basically whenever a woman is born, you're born with the amount of eggs that you're going to have for the rest of your life. Like, you don't get to add more, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. So my ovarian reserve was cut in half, and the doctor suggested that I just basically go forward with IVF. IVF is basically a procedure in which they take the male sperm and they take your eggs, and then they put it in a petri dish, and they make a baby, and they make the embryo. So the embryo is already made, the baby is made, and then once the baby is made, they put it inside of where it's supposed to be. Now, the reason it's hard for me to conceive is because I have really, 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 really bad endometriosis to where my insides are sticking together. And then I also had lost one fallopian tube when I got surgery. So it's just...
Come on, Bernie. Bernie, man. Bernie. Why she won't let that man go? Bernie. Bernie, why she won't let that man go, man? Yo, that's abuse, man. Yo, Bernie, man. Come on, man. Yo, why she won't let that man go, yo? Fuck you mean for me to have a baby, I gotta mix it in a jar. Fuck is, yo. Something ain't right. Let him go. This is wild, son. Yo, this is wild. Yo, Platt. Yo, Platt, man. Platt. Platt. This is wild. Platt. Platt, man. This is crazy, Platt. Come on, man. You know I got to get up out of here, but this is bullshit. You want to talk about selfish? Wow. Man. I mean, you just don't find this sort of, like I said, everything else on the internet, I would say is bullshit. Well, I would say it's Old Testament. I would say it's Old Testament. This New Testament shit is fascinating, son. This woman is a selfish woman. That is a good man. Let him go. Yeah, that shit is wild. That shit is wild.
It's like, it just made everything a lot harder. But yeah, so it's hard for me to conceive is because I have really, 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 really bad endometriosis.
Ma'am, would it be safe to say that your pussy ain't good? Can we safely say that?
To where my insides are sticking together, and then I also had lost one fallopian tube when I got surgery. So it's just like, it just made everything a lot harder. But yeah, so like I was saying, I'm gonna have to go through with IVF eventually. If I get lucky and am able to conceive on my own, I will be very blessed to do that. IVF also expensive AF. A lot of insurances don't cover it. Well, put it this way, some insurances cover it. It depends where you live. For example, I live in Texas, and the only way an insurance will cover it is if you're working, and then they add the extra care in there. And most of y'all know I work for myself, so I can't do that. So we're probably gonna have to just pay, which is no biggie. But IVF, I think, is between $20 18,000, like 18,000 and 20,000, depending on where you live. And then also IUI is another option. I think IUI is when they just
18,000 to have a baby with this bad pussy bitch when you could just go fuck somebody. No. That's ridiculous. That's horrible, man. Yo, come on, y'all. I don't want to break nobody's heart.
insert the sperm inside, but it really wouldn't do any good for me to just do that because obviously my insides are sticking together. So it would just be a waste. And I also wanted to mention too, last year I had to get the HSG test done because I thought that my fallopian tube was blocked, the one that I do have. Oh my God, that was such a painful process. I thought I was gonna die during that too. I swear. I was crying the whole time holding the lady's hand. But yeah, so everything came back with my HSG test that everything was normal. So that's when we decided to go to a fertility clinic. Ugh, I don't like talking about this, you guys.
You shouldn't. Because you know that man is being fleeced. You fleeced that man. But if I said to that woman, yo, no, if I said to her husband and her, so they say they was both sitting in front of me, and I said, looking at the husband, what if I told you she knew her pussy was bad before the day she met you? What if, are you open to that idea? He say, nah, because the first time it happened was it. Well, let's talk about how did she grow up? Did she always know that her pussy was bleeding like that? And she gonna have to say yes. And I'm gonna say, bro, she knew her pussy was like that before she met you. Then he gonna punch me in my face. And I'm willing to do that for the black man. I'll take that punch in the face. You know what I mean? You black niggas got to do whatever you got to do to fix yourselves. If you got to beat me up, do what you got to do. All right. You know what I
mean? But yeah, I just wanted to say, if you have endometriosis, you're not the only one. And we are endo sisters. We're endo strong. We're endo warriors. I get emotional talking about it because I don't like crying and I just am a miracle. But let me get myself together. Okay. It's just a lot to deal with mentally and physically. I can't even talk, y'all. I just try not to get sad, but I be getting sad thinking about it. I will say, I've learned to manage with my cramps and stuff like that. I use a TENS machine and a heating pad. Regular pain medication, ibuprofen, Advil, Tylenol does not work. Nothing works.
Now, do any of you niggas want a wife like that? Do any of you niggas want a good looking wife like that? Please. If you had a choice between somebody who wasn't like that or somebody that was like that, would you want a wife like that? I don't give a fuck how good she is to you. And you trying to start a family? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Black Valley girls from the hood went and met a good man and fucked that man's life up. His girl goes to the pussy doctor every year, 2 to 3 times a year. Lays around with a heating pad taking ibuprofen. That's not fuck friendly. That's why she crying, because she don't want to tell the truth. Yeah, I really fucked this man's life up. He need to get away from me. He'd be so much better away from me. That's why she crying. You know? All right, I got to go, guys, man. We'll come back later. Knicks got blown out. I'm pissed.